This conference has been known for its wild upsets, and that's not going to end this weekend. This is Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome into Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from ESPN Central Texas. Thank you for making Locked On Big 12 your first listen every single day. Today, shortened show, beat the books, your every Thursday where we win money together. Last Thursday, we did well. How well? I can't tell you. Go back and listen to last Thursday's show. This Thursday, I'll take you through the best picks and the biggest upsets in the Big 12 because Texas and BYU play this week. Now, look, I'm going to preview every game, but I want to start here. Texas is on backup quarterback Malik Murphy. Now, is it weird to you? Is it weird to anybody else that Texas gets blue chip prospect Arch Manning? They get a kid with the last name of Manning, who is a top 10, top 5 generational player. This guy is going to be unbelievable for the University of Texas. He's going to come in and be the world beater. Heck, some people, idiots, were calling for him to start over Quinn Ewers. I know what you're saying out there. Oh, nobody was saying that. There was the weird Twitter sect of people that were like, oh, this would be a good idea. Or, Quinn Ewers should enter the transfer portal. Arch Manning's the savior. And now, given the opportunity to start a freshman quarterback, Texas could start Quinn Ewers or Malik Murphy, and they're starting Malik Murphy. This generational Manning talent. He's going to be so good, a world beater. His last name's Manning. Trust us, guys, with the University of Texas. It's Arch Manning's show. And he's not playing this week. It's Malik Murphy instead. Now, had I asked the general college football fan who is Malik Murphy a month and a half ago, or even maybe the UP fan prior to that spring game, who is Malik Murphy, most people wouldn't have known. T-shirt fan base, a lot of UT fans are fans in T-shirt only. And you know what? I don't knock you for that. I'm not going to give you any hell for having a great brand in college athletics. But I will say, kind of weird, the one guy that everybody's hanging their hats on, everybody's so excited about, this guy named Arch Manning. It's Malik Murphy's show, who is on the season 4 for 8, 47 yards. Interesting. And you know what? Quinn Ewers was good. It stinks that he got injured because I did enjoy seeing the progression of Quinn Ewers as he matured through college football and got better on the field. You would think, right? You would think the University of Texas would go with that kid that everybody's been talking about. He's the Taylor Swift of freshmen in this class. He's the Taylor Swift of college football. Just put Arch Manning in the game, let him start. Not even if you lose, right? Give yourself the best competitive advantage. But it seems obvious, right? He would give you the best competitive advantage. Well, I guess not. Is Arch Manning not going to pan out for Texas? Is that the case here? Is that what we're looking at? Too early to say that, but it's weird, isn't it? Optics are weird, and it makes me think, what kind of edge could BYU get on Malik Murphy? How connected, how dialed in is this 4 for 8, 47-yard passer? Because guess what? BYU is going to need some help. Texas is not the toughest place in the Big 12 to play. 2:30 p.m. kickoff, too. This is not like, the atmosphere is going to kill you at DKR. No, but I'll tell you what, Will, that Texas defense is solid. Jonathan Brooks is solid. Xavier Worthy is solid. The one thing that could hurt the Longhorns this week is if those guys aren't able to get the ball. I mean, Malik Murphy, I'm sure he's really good at handing the ball off to Jonathan Brooks, but if he's not good at getting him open in space, trying to get him outside of the backfield, jump off the ball, Xavier Worthy gets him the ball outside, this could be an interesting ball game. I find it weird. I think Texas would have been favored by 17.5 had Quinn Ewers been the starting quarterback. That's how I felt. I was like, I'm ready for Texas to be favored by 14.5, 17, somewhere in there. And then without their starting quarterback at 17.5, no, sir. Especially with an over-under of 50. Give me the BYU Cougars to cover this. Give me the BYU Cougars to cover. We just saw Houston go toe-to-toe with Texas. They survived their scare. They're going to be playing better football because of that. They give up 34 points to Oklahoma, 24 points to Houston. I imagine they give up 24, 28 points this week to BYU. And in that case, I don't think a Malik Murphy-led Texas team is going to put up 42 points to cover 17.5. Give me BYU plus 17 all day because of the deficiency that Texas is going to have to face without its starting quarterback Quinn Ewers and in playing Malik Murphy. Kedon Slovis, not great. Kedon Slovis is a middle-of-the-road quarterback that makes elite passes 1 out of every 7, makes stupid passes 1 out of every 7. But he's winning ball games. BYU 5-2. They probably drop to 5-3 this week. Very good chance. But they cover 17.5. That's my first best bet. Let's win some money on the BYU Cougars. They are great. I'll throw this in here to close. They are great at doing exactly what you think they won't do. Example, they're playing super well. They're going to TCU, who's got a backup quarterback. BYU knows what it's like to play backup quarterbacks this year. They're going to TCU. They're playing Josh Hoover, the backup quarterback. And you're expecting this BYU team is playing so well and a TCU team is kind of reeling. BYU's going to win, right? No, they lost by 33 points. They did exactly what you thought they weren't going to do. This week, people think they're going to get blown out by Texas. They're going to do exactly what you don't expect. They're going to make it close. Oklahoma minus 10. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't hate this. I don't hate this Kansas team, but Oklahoma also just survived a scare. 35-24 final score. Oklahoma wins against Kansas. That Kansas defense is still not where it needs to be. You gave up 39 points to Oklahoma State. Great game against UCF at home. Kansas plays well at home. I hope the Jayhawks win. But Oklahoma stays unscathed. They win again and move to 8-0, 35-24 by the skin of their teeth, but it's a best bet this week. Oklahoma minus 10, take under 65 if you like that. Kansas State minus 17.5, laying off, staying off. Houston just played well. Kansas State's playing well. Kansas State probably wins by 14, 17, maybe even 21. I'm staying away from it. West Virginia, UCF. Brother, what? You're telling me 0-4 UCF, 0-4 in Big 12 play, who's lost 4 straight, 3-4 overall, playing 4-3 West Virginia, who's 2-2 in Big 12 play. UCF has not beaten a Big 12 team, a prior Big 12 team yet. And you're giving them a touchdown. You're giving me, the sports bettor, a touchdown at FanDuel. Yup, dude, all over it. West Virginia, +7 this week. Garrett Green, CJ Donaldson. Take that personal that you're the underdog against 0-4 in Big 12. And I know West Virginia is on a skid. Part of me thinks West Virginia covers 7 and finds a way to lose this game. Because when it rains, it pours. When you're on that kind of skid, it just seems like this team has every opportunity to give up. Do I think they will? Hopefully not. Not with talents like Garrett Green, who's been really good. CJ Donaldson has been really good. I hope they don't give up. But I think UCF's got a real good shot to actually win this game. Just not by a touchdown. No, sir. West Virginia +7. Iowa State, Baylor, this is another trend thing. Iowa State, this isn't even a trend thing. This is a trend in that the Big 12 does this. Baylor's going to win this game. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I know I went there. I'm very critical of Baylor because I went there. I'm cynical about Baylor. And this is a game that Iowa State should win, and we need them to win to move to 4-1 in Big 12 play and help carry the torch for this conference moving forward. And that's why they're going to lose. Because what have we seen week in and week out in Big 12 play? Whoever we need to win, whoever the public favorite is, whoever the guy, the little man that needs to do us all a favor and try to win the Big 12 championship, whoever that is, loses. West Virginia a couple of weeks ago. It's going to happen here. Give me Baylor to upset Iowa State. Why? Iowa State has struggled mightily in McLean. Homecoming game for Baylor. I think Beck, Sanders, this Iowa State team's so much better. They're better. But Baylor wins just because there's something in my gut that says, Iowa State puts up 328 yards per game. Blake Shapen's been better. Dominic Richardson, Richard Reese, Monterey Baldwin, finally catching the ball. Ketron Jackson for Baylor. Baylor finds a way to win it in an ugly 17-15 game, and we all hate ourselves for having to watch it. Cincinnati, Oklahoma State. Since he's 0-4 in Big 12 play, 2-5 overall. And you're letting me have Oklahoma. They just lost to Baylor, one of the worst team, maybe the worst team, big team, old team in the Big 12. They lost to Baylor. Oklahoma State -7.5. I'll buy it down to 7. Lock of the week, Oklahoma State. Absolutely. Again, I don't hate Emory Jones, but Ollie Gordon is going to run the ball. He's going to run the ball. And Alan Bowman can do that football now, I guess. Best bets this week. I got 5 of them for you. We're staying away from over-unders because those are no fun. Oklahoma -10. Let's win some money together. West Virginia +7. BYU +8. It just moved in the middle of the show to 18. BYU +18. Baylor money line. And Cincinnati cannot cover against Oklahoma State. Give me the Cowboys -7. I have such confidence. 4-1. We'll go 4-1 this week. I feel it. 4-1 in our best bets this week. 10,000 subscribers by January 1st. I'll shave my head. This has been It Always Will Be. Come back on tomorrow. We'll have a whole show. I'm back in the studio. This has been It Always Will Be. Locked on. Thank you for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.